Tired of sweeping, scrubbing, and mopping floors. Looking at my check, shaking my head like and shit's waiting tables and shit's waiting tables and shit. Why the heck I'm still waiting tables and shit's waiting tables and shit. Why the heck I'm still waiting tables?
You see it waiting tables? Let me put my phone on do not disturb. Okay. Okay, so sorry. Oh, there we go. Here we go. All right, guys, welcome to Legacy Builders Romance and Finance, episode 3. This is our third episode.
Yeah, third episode.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, and our topic tonight is, can women and men just be friends? All right, so that's the topic tonight. And again, if you don't know myself, I'm Tiana Moody. We have
Rashidi Locario,
Tawana Singleton,
K Smith, aka Mr. Life.
Yes, and we are all a part of Legacy Builders. You can find us at www.legacybuildersus.com. And let's get into it. Also, if you would like to join in the conversation, just ask to join and we can invite you in on the live so that you can join in and speak your piece. We would love to hear your opinion. All right, so let's get into it.
Yes.
So definitely the first question is going to be, can men and women just be friends? We'll ask the ladies first.
Yep.
Why we always get put on blast?
Yeah.
Listen. Ladies first.
We always get put on
dead.
blast first.
Chivalry's not dead. Mm-hmm.
I think men and women can definitely be friends. I think that there's nothing wrong with having a friend of the opposite sex as long as your spouse is comfortable with it. I think that as long as your spouse knows who that friend is, and it also depends on when you became friends. That's another thing. Okay. And the reason why you are friends and what the relationship consists of. I think if you have a friend just for like emotional support, I have a problem with that. But if it's for like business, or if that's been your friend before our relationship, a long time friend, those are things that I'm a little comfortable with.
But wait, you just said if it's for emotional support,
no,
it can't be. But that's the definition of friends, though. Talking about though, if you're my friend, why can't I emotionally depend on you? You putting rules on it already.
Because I feel like that is like I feel like if my husband has a friend that he's going to for emotional support, I feel like that's going outside of our marriage. I feel like that's something that he should be talking to me with. I don't feel like he should be going to a friend to talk about something emotional unless it's like a therapist. If it's a professional therapist, that's different. But like a friend, no, absolutely not.
Do you got him a therapist?
I'm his therapist.
Right.
He got me right now.
I agree.
I
agree. And something that you said, Tiana, that was like, make it okay for me too, is like you said, if it's a friendship that you had before you got in that relationship or in that marriage, like, communication is key. Let your spouse, your partner know, like, listen, hey, this is my longtime friend, so and so. Make sure that they have a relationship too, so it'll be all open communication and understanding. Yeah. And another thing is just trust comes in that it definitely takes some trust and being very open and about it. Yeah. I'm just agree with Tiana said.
Yeah, it's so funny. I'll never forget. Like before, me and my husband was married. When we first started dating, he actually had a female friend that he was very close with, and I used to always be like, "So why can't I meet her? If you guys are just friends, why can't I meet her?"
That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
Yeah, like I want to meet her. Then if that's y'all just friends, so I finally got to meet her. She was so cool. I was like, well, I was tripping for nothing. Like they really just friends. They really just friends, and she became my friend. It's dope.
Yeah, that's the like I said. Yeah, as long as y'all all friends, because eventually they'll have like you said, you'll grow your own friendship with them, and it'll be more. To me, it'll turn into more than just friends. It's almost like this a family member now.
Exactly, it is more like that.
Really. So first of all, I want to highlight. You said had. So is she still a current friend?
Yeah, she's still a current friend.
Okay.
She's still a
okay.
current
You
friend.
just slipped that in
Yeah.
there by accident.
She's still a
Okay.
current
Okay.
friend.
But I mean, so if it's just friends, and Tawana, you said being family and all that type of stuff. So you're inviting your opposite sex friends to family events and all that
Family
other type of
functions,
stuff,
absolutely,
vacations, everything else.
absolutely. I mean, I don't.
They
It
don't ask no
depends on.
questions? Your family won't ask no questions?
Well, I will tell you this. My family is very unique. I will be totally honest about the way my family is. My family is not the average family.
Mhm.
It's the type where once you have been introduced to family members in our family, like you're a part of the family a long time. And that's even exes. Like I can tell you right now, I have aunts who are no longer married to their previous husbands or whatever that still come to family functions. Like we are all still family together.
Mhm.
I know that's not common, but yeah, for me and my family, yes, once you're introduced to the family, you're always family. My family now still asks about my son's father. Like, how is he doing? And we haven't been together for years, you know? But that's just the way my family is. We're a very loving family. Like Tiana, like
That's
you
what's up.
done came to a family block party.
Yeah.
You done went to Tisha house.
Right.
Like you're always gonna be like, hey, where's
Welcome.
so and so? You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I was gonna ask you. So, say like when you get into a new relationship, and your ex still comes around, how do you think your partner is gonna feel about that?
Well, I let people know straight up. Listen, my family is a loving family.
Mm-hmm.
I always get upfront. Like, listen, they still ask about Krayshawn's dad.
Mm-hmm.
He's always gonna be family. I was with him for 10 years.
Right.
You don't just drop somebody
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah.
You know, 10 years, and so on and so forth. Even my ex now, like they always ask about him.
Right. So, if the roles were reversed, how comfortable would you feel with your new partner having a ex that's been in, that's never leaving?
But hold on, she didn't even answer the first question. She didn't even answer the first question. She asked you what would you do? Like what would you tell your ex what would you tell your new person if your ex is popping up to events? And would you invite your ex to these events and all this type of stuff?
It depends because, like, okay, so for example, my ex-husband Anthony can call my grandma now. He has my family's numbers, and I don't even know when he has conversations with them. He'll be like, "Oh, I spoke to Grandma Becky." Like he still calls my grandma.
No,
Grandma
but I'm
Becky.
talking about you in a new relationship. You got a new guy.
Yes.
You at the barbecue.
Yes.
You inviting your ex with the
I'm
new
not
guy.
saying I would invite. No, because it's not.
So is
Okay, now we switching it up because we talking about exes. We talking about friends as our
Right,
topic.
right.
We're not talking about
Oh,
exes.
no, the way you're talking,
Right.
I thought your ex was still your friend.
No, because that's
Okay,
the
there you
relationship
go.
is. But I'm cool with my ex. Like we cool. I don't have to invite him. He'll call and be like, "I'm coming."
Okay.
That's how close he is to the
Right.
family.
So he's
But
not a
if
friend,
in a
okay.
new relationship, I will let that person know, like, yeah, my ex is still cool. Like, even
Okay.
Krayshawn dad, if he could call my family up now and be like, hey, how is everything, whatever,
Okay.
he could come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess the way that it would tie in is kind of like because you can still be cool with your ex. Even the other day I learned about your ex, and I was so surprised. I was like, wow, you guys are still
Yeah,
cool.
we still cool.
I'm so used to-
that's my people. Man.
Yeah, maybe I'm past trauma.
Cool
I'm
with
so
my
used to
exes,
people like once to become an ex. It's like
Yeah.
And I'm
Like,
glad
I'm
you
never
brought that up.
talking
I
to you
mean,
again.
that's what it is. It comes first off. It comes with a certain level of maturity. You know what I'm saying? So you can be still friends with an ex. So even when it comes to being friends with the opposite sex, there's still definition behind it. What's the reason behind it? What type of connection did you guys have? Because in my opinion, when it comes to if just a man can genuinely just be friends with a man and a woman, in my opinion, no. There has to be some type of background of why that man and woman are friends. It can't just be, oh, they just friends because they're just cool like that. No.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
and here's the reason why I know. Because when you now get a significant other, when you now got a boyfriend, you now got a girlfriend, what happens is I can't just be like, oh, I could be like, yo, babe, I'm going by Rock Crib. She ain't gonna say nothing. But if I'm like, yo, babe, I'm gonna go check Tiana real quick. She be like, for what? Like, like there has to, like, what's the so we know this is a family business relationship. You get what I'm saying? So that's already the reasoning behind that. What's the reason for the man and the woman to actually be friends? And when you really genuinely break it down, There's no real reason for it. So then that's why it's always a risen question and always an eyebrow risen to when the opposite sex connects. What's the purpose?
And you actually are saying something that a guy expressed to me before too. That conversation popped up about exes still being connected to the family, and he said the same thing. He was like, "But why? Why would you want to still be connected to my family?" Like, but I feel like the longevity, that's just like being married with somebody for 20 years, and you in laws, you're married to the family. So it's like, especially if you are never had beef. Now we talking about relationships where you're not running telling your family all your drama and your issues to where they're passing judgment. So your family don't know exactly why y'all broke up or whatever the case may be.
Right.
They just love that person
Correct.
because they've always been, cool. They don't know the drama that y'all been with. I know with my family, like nobody knows what I went through. So when the breakup happened, they like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna always love that person because I never diminished their character to my family.
Okay.
So it's like once you break up with them, don't mean the family broke up with them.
Exactly.
You may still see them around.
But they might still come around.
And that is truly a real thing. But before we even move on, is there any comments in the
that's what I was just checking
to check
see,
on that?
Actually.
If y'all got any comments, let us know. Can men and women be friends? Let me know your comments in the chat. That's what we're talking about right now. That is the topic right now. And we don't got anything in the chats.
Yeah, no, not right now. I was just checking to see that.
Got you. So Rob, what's your take on?
Well, I mean, I guess the first question for the ladies is, what do you consider friendships? I think men and women have different ideas of what friendship is.
Got you.
So what do y'all consider friendship?
Yeah.
I don't know why y'all stuck. Y'all been talking about friendship this whole time. Why y'all stuck for? Tongue twister?
No, it's not. It's just I mean, friendship for everybody is like, I guess, what's the definition of a friendship, right? That would be the main question. What is a friend?
No. I asked, what's your definition of friendship? You can Google the definition. That's right. You know what I mean?
Okay,
what is your definition of friendship, and what is your definition of a friendship?
Well, my definition of a friendship is somebody that. Well, first of all, let me just say this. I feel like friends. You have friends for different reasons, right?
That's true.
Everybody is not your friend for the same reason.
That's true.
Like I have some friends who I can call, like I want to hang out with. I have some friends who I can call, like I said, for like emotional support. I have friends who I can make money with and do business with. So I think it depends on the reason why they're your friend. So I think a friendship is a connection or relationship with someone, whether it be the opposite sex or the same sex. That's mutual, like a mutual bond together and some kind of benefit in some kind of way.
I like that response from you, T, because to prove women, y'all don't have no real friends. That was the weakest response of all time.
Well, that's why I said it depends on what you define as friendship.
To you?
Because some people define friendship differently.
That's why I asked you, but you couldn't answer. But now you got something to say. But anyway, all I'm saying is my version of friendship as a male, and I think most males, we can ask them everything. It ain't peace and peace here and peace there and all what you're talking about. Yeah, absolutely. I only got a couple friends.
So it's two different things that you guys were attacking just now. What you were attacking was the generalization of what a friend is, which breeds loyalty, which you could connect with that person and ask that person anything.
Yeah.
What she was describing was the different usage of the friendship. So that's two different things. So that wasn't even the clear definition of what the friendship was. That was the usage of friendship and what you thought friendship was. That's two different things. Now, as a man, I agree. I can go to Rob for anything. He's my cousin and he's my friend too. Right. So that opens the door for any and everything. And I can also use him. When people thinking usage is a bad thing, no, I can use him for anything. Right. And vice versa. So for me, my definition of friendship is loyalty, somebody that I can count on. Right. But even to say that, that's why I strongly believe men and women can't solely be friends, because I can't count on another woman for anything except for my woman. That's it,
Mm.
right? And even if I have a quote unquote female friend, once I get a girlfriend, that woman friend now goes on the back burner because the attention and the support and love I'm giving to this woman friend that I was giving to her, I can't do that anymore. And most men who have a lady and have female friends, they can testify to that. They're not going to give that woman friend that same attention that they used to when they have a girlfriend. You know why?
Right.
Because it was never designed that way. It's always designed for that woman, that special person in your life to get that attention. And when a man has a female friend, he's getting like he has or she has the benefits of having a man, but that's not her man. It's just her friend. What do I mean by that? You can call on him to if you have if you're vulnerable, you have a problem, you could call on him for that. You can call on him to pick you up if you're in an emergency. He can do any and everything for you minus the sex. So for the woman to have a male friend, that's a benefit to her. But for the man to have a female as a friend, it's really no benefit because he's doing everything that a man would do for the woman except actually have sex with her. And that's the real truth. And a lot of men don't want to address that. A lot of people don't want to address that. So for me, that's why I always say, what's the purpose for this relationship? What's the purpose for this connection? If I'm quote unquote, I don't like to use the label friends for me with a female. No, we can be family. So then I know that I'm looking at you no different than I would look at my sister or my mom or my aunt. You're my family. There's no sexual connection there. There's nothing there. You're just my family. But if, like I said, if it's a friend, what's the purpose? That's my thing.
Jesus Christ, you brutal, man. You brutal, man. Like,
No, so I was gonna say, so what puts somebody in the friend zone?
Okay.
The friend zone's a whole different topic.
Yeah, well, that's slightly different.
No, because
But, okay, I got you.
Okay, go
So
ahead,
what
go
put-
ahead.
You know, because
What-
when you decided, okay, she's family, she's not. I'm not gonna look at her in that kind of way.
Okay.
Did she put you in the friend zone, or did you put her
Gotcha.
in the
So it's
friend
a few
zone?
things.
I love it. There you go.
No, that's a real thing.
Right.
We have a
It's-
couple of comments too.
Okay.
It's attraction and it's time.
Okay.
So the when you first meet a man and a woman, right? Usually one is, if not each other, if not both, one is attracted to the other. That's the spark. That's the connection. Usually, right? But what happens is because one didn't make the move in a certain amount of time, and usually, obviously, it's the man that should be making the move on the woman for the most part. Now the woman puts him in the friend zone because she could have been attracted to him, but because he took too long to make a move, now it's like, oh, I don't look at you like that. You're just my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets that type of energy. But if he would approached her from day one, like, yo, listen, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm feeling you. I think you look good. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see what's up. She would have looked at you a little differently. But because you didn't, because of the time that passed, now you're in the friend zone.
Right.
But as far as attraction, it could be where she's just not attracted to you at all.
Right.
So then now she don't look at you like that. And vice versa. He may not be attracted to you at all as well. So then he may not look at you like that. So then now it's just, oh, that's just my friend.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Let's simplify it though. So with that said, does that just mean that you just put him in a friend zone? So is he really a friend, or is he in a zone because he's in that particular category?
I was just about to say that I would say to all the guys out there who are in friend zones, don't give up too early, because honestly, I feel women, we are strange. Like, we'll have you in the friend zone, then we'll be like, you know what? I kind of like him, like, because maybe at first the attraction wasn't there, but it wasn't there right away. But as we become friends, we realizing you kind of checking a lot of boxes.
Stop the cap. First off, we know that game. It's like, first off, after you done went through 22 guys that wasn't the one. You wanna circle back because I got all the qualities, all of a sudden the same qualities I have for the 20 years I knew
Don't-
you.
That's how females
Don't
do
give up
though.
too
No,
early.
but that's exactly why.
Females do that.
But that's exactly why I ain't real friends. You know what I mean? That's the
But
whole point.
It
though,
kind of
like.
goes back to what
We
Kate,
a little opportunist.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Kate
Absolutely.
said
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that made me think of when you said looking at them as a family member now, right? You
Mhm.
know, and it's true. It's like sometimes like I have friends that's the opposite sex that just like, okay, like you're more like family than a friend.
Yeah.
You know,
I got a question for you, Tito. How you keep them off you? Wait. How you keep them off you? How you keep
Very good,
them?
very good.
How you keep them in
the friend
the
zone.
zone? Yeah.
Well, I tell you, number one, I ignore all the flirtations. I act oblivious. I act blind. Like I ain't know they trying to
Mhm.
come
I
on
get
to
what you-
me.
Uh-huh.
I act like
Okay.
I don't see it for one.
Okay. We got to listen to those comments too. I'm sorry. Okay, so you act like you don't see
I
it.
act like I don't see them, and to be totally honest, I tell them straight up. Listen, I ain't looking for no relationship.
Mhm.
I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I'm trying to grind. I
Let me ask
ain't
you a
got
question,
time
though.
for no
Before we get
relationship.
to those comments, 'cause I know we got to get to those comments.
Uh-huh.
Are you attracted to any of those guys that's trying to talk to you?
Ah. I love pause, though. Like, see, there we go.
Sexually,
Because I
too.
had to
That's
think
what I
of
mean, yeah.
who, you know.
Stop playing. You know if you're attracted to somebody. What you thinking deep for?
No, okay, so I do have this one friend, like we have spoke before. I have
Yeah.
this one friend, and
Mm.
you know, to kind of bring it back to finances, right?
Mhm.
I have this one friend that if I need to borrow money, I could borrow money from him,
Okay.
no problem,
Mhm.
pay it back, total like friend. It like he knows it's straight friendship,
Mhm.
and he did try to come on to me at
Okay.
the beginning, and I was just like, listen, that's not where I'm at right now.
Mhm.
I don't have time. I don't have time for distractions. And he was okay with that and okay with just being
What
my
you
friend.
laughing at?
I'm laughing because you talk about I don't got no distraction. You know good and well if you was attracted to him, you'd be all with all the distractions.
I'm not saying that it didn't happen. It's happened before, but then like we had conversations earlier too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I know if it's taking me away from what we doing as a company,
Correct.
then I know how to pull myself away.
But if you were
Right.
feeling him, you would allow that distraction to start. That's all I'm saying.
I have
Burbs
done
is put in
that.
the
I
friend
have
zone.
done that. No,
Yeah.
it's full transparency.
Yeah, so
I
there you
have
go.
done that.
That's what I
But
was
then
getting to.
But again, we are not there because I
Yeah.
discipline.
Okay, all right.
Discipline. If that was the
Alright.
case, I would be. He would still be right there.
Got you. Okay.
Let's get to
Okay.
those comments.
Some
We'll get
comments.
to
I
those
got some comments on mine. So I got Sauce on Fair. She said not across the board, but there are exceptions, few and far in between. I like that. 'Cause that's legit, few and far in between.
Mhm.
You got Terrell, big facts on K's input. Because depending on the relationship, you start hearing from your homegirl a lot less. I don't know what you're saying, Terrell. But I got you. Though. I got you though. Brian, you only could have a sister or female cousin as a friend zone with no sexual communication. I love it, Brian. I love it. Exactly. Your Mario put, it is important to distinguish between friendship and other kinds of relationships or arrangements. That's good.
Mhm.
In friendship, you can only rely on support, solidarity, a sounding board, and that's someone who you know will be someone that you know will move anticipated. And it's one of the many reasons we miss out on the person meant for us sometimes.
Mhm.
And then Terrell said, Tiana, you got a point because I made it out the friend zone. That's all that was. And then let's see. Brian said again, if a man disrespects a woman and she's looking for revenge, what is the one person that she can count on and comes first in mind
Mhm.
with no hesitation?
Mhm.
You're gonna get on that one. That's what's
Yeah.
deep. Because you know, short to cry on, I won't finish the rest. But anyway, Chris also says the dynamic between male and female is very tricky. As a man, we are wired to be hunters, and if a female friend, air quotes, gives an opportunity to the man, we'll take it in general. As a woman, they crave attention, especially emotionally. And if a male friend can provide that, then she will build an emotional connection, which can lead to the physical.
And so I want to ask.
Wait,
I'm
no,
sorry. You have more
let's-
comments. My bad.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm going back because we've been talking a
That was
while
good.
now.
That was good. That was
Yeah,
good.
that was good
So,
I wanted
stuff.
to add to that.
Shout out to everybody.
Peyton,
Yeah. Shout out to
Peyton
everybody in the
said,
comments.
I'm gonna go back to her first comment because she said this before she put this next comment. She said, She said, my now husband started in the friend zone, who she's
Okay.
married to now.
Mhm.
And then she said, men and women can be friends, but if you're in a relationship, a conversation needs to be had with your partner. Y'all both have to be on the same page. And I feel like all you guys should be friends. Like we said earlier,
Mhm.
like bring them all into the circle.
I agree with that.
I have Shaquina who said they can be, but sometimes it gets misconstrued.
Mhm.
Jalissa said men and women can definitely be just friends, but it takes a certain level of maturity, which
Okay.
is what you said. So
Mhm.
that's kind of confirmation or piggybacking off of what you said.
Mhm.
And then one last comment I saw, which was somebody said that they agree with Peyton. And my GMA says some people have small minds. That's all the comments I have on mine.
Okay.
Thank you guys for your comment.
I have one. Terrence said, but I'm not sure to which comment he was responding to. But he said stranger things have happened, but usually one does like the other, so it has to be some kind of attraction there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's like I was saying.
Yeah. You know, I mean, the reality situation is back to the earlier point. Men and women view friendship a different way.
They do.
You know, 2K's point, naturally as men, you know, I get an example. You know, Kay is one of my best friends, and I have another best friend, right? And we became best friends because he got jumped in the 8th grade, and I seen him cry. You know what I mean? So the truth is, men, for us, we look at friendship, we build that emotional connection, yes, and it's very limited, and that connection stays forever, and it builds from there.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth is, deep down, it also goes down to how many friends you have. And the thing I always have, I see with a lot of women, generally speaking, not all women, y'all got 8 million friends.
No, we don't. I don't. I can count on one hand. You can ask Peyton, who's on this live. I can count on one hand the amount of friends I have.
So let me ask you this, because for me as a man, like, you know, this is my true thing for ladies out there though. Like, if you really want to test if he's a friend, if he's your so-called friend,
I knew this was
if
coming.
you drop the pennies and he like gives in, that's not a friend. Like, that's like real 100%. Now, if he's a real friend and he's attracted to you, he probably he's gonna try like one time, like, listen, you know, we can't do this because we really friends. He might not make it the second time you try, but he at least gonna put up a battle. But a lot of times you see all these videos out here like, oh, can we be friends? And you see the videos like they'll call the little homeboy, yeah, he's my best friend for 8 years. We do everything together. We talk, we watch movie and popcorn TV in the same bed. And it's like, my man's messing up, come through, and that's what. Oh, I was waiting. He a fool. Blah 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 blah. So at the end of the day, was he truly your friend? And I think at the end of the day, like a lot of women don't realize, like for men, unless we're absolutely zero attraction, and it takes a lot of zero attraction because she got some nice lips, she got a nice little shape. But if he has zero attraction, yes, he can be your friend. Or in a situation like us as a team, as business partners, as a business relationship, whether you work with a coworker or as a business, then it can be friends because it's based off of that. Right. But it has to be no attraction or a business situation. And that's the only way I can see it being truly friends. And if it is attraction there, it had to have been started off in those kind of formats and stand of time, like years and years. And you already got in your head, like, okay, yeah, that's really the homie. Like, I'm not attracted in no shape or form, you know, and that's it. Other than that, it's false. Like, men are truly not your friends. At the end of the day, a lot of dudes want to get with you and they're waiting for that opportunity. Dudes wait 20 years to slip in.
Ladies in the chat. And before you say anything, ladies in the chat, if you don't believe what Rod just said, test it.
Yeah.
Test it out.
Test it right now.
Test it. You don't gotta go hard. Just test one of your male friends.
Ain't no married woman gonna test a
No,
friend.
I'm not saying they're married. That's
Even
different.
if they're in a
I'm just saying,
relationship,
no.
if they not
What I'm
married
saying-
or if they in a relationship with somebody for 10 plus years, they're not testing that theory out. Like my friend, like
all you gotta do is ask a question. Why are you going deep?
Yeah,
all you gotta ask a question. Hey, married man, listen, I'm going to do something real quick. I need you to come over and give me something right now. That's it. And if he responds, friendship done. You should break up the friendship. You're going deep. It's simple. Ask a question. That's it.
That's
What you scared to test him?
I don't
But
agree
that,
with this.
see, but that's my point. Why are you scared to test him? Just your friend.
Right.
Okay,
Well,
if I say something a little crazy to you,
Let me
like, am I gonna throw away our friendship? No, of course not. I'm only gonna throw away the friendship if it's something deep and it's something that's gonna impact me negatively or impact my life negatively and be like, yo, you're really not my friend. So what are you scared of, T? What are you scared of,
no,
T?
let me just say what Jalissa just said, and it's true. She says, in actuality, women may have many acquaintances,
There we
but
go.
a few who are actually considered friends,
Okay.
which is true.
There we go.
There we go.
Which is true.
Mhm.
And I just kind of want to piggyback off of something that Tiana said earlier when she first started talking about, as far as women and what we
Mhm.
consider friendships. We do have friendships in our lives that serves different purposes in our lives.
Mhm.
It may be different from men because y'all talking like they probably
Mhm.
everything across the board. But like I have specific friends that I talk to only about specific things
Mhm.
Mhm.
because I know the kind of response I'm gonna get for that specific thing. Same as, you
Mhm.
know, with guys.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So with that said,
So
go ahead, T.
yeah, because your
Yeah.
response kind of annoyed me.
I like it. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to get you worked up. I want to get you worked up. Yes, I want to get you worked
I
up.
feel
Yes.
like that's not true. Like I feel like as
Mhm.
women,
Mhm.
especially if you're an attractive woman, like you
Mhm.
said, something on you is attractive, whether it be your
Mhm.
lips, your
Mhm.
butt, something.
Mhm.
Like men hit on us all the time. So
Mhm.
to me, that doesn't mean that he's not your friend because he's
Mm-hmm.
hitting on you. We can like T said, you can have a friend for a long time as
Mhm.
long as you put him in his place and let him know, like, look, that's not happening.
Mhm.
And if he's still willing to still be there for you and be your friend, and you can call on him and he could be there for you. Of course he's gonna have sex with you. I mean, it's me.
Yo.
But as long as we didn't cross those lines, what makes you think we're not really friends?
Well, hitting on you is different from being friendly. Anybody can hit on anybody. Anyone
Right.
can plain see if someone's attractive.
Right.
So I don't think that's necessarily attached.
But that
to
line is not gonna get crossed unless I allow it.
correct. But hitting on you is okay. Like that's a
Mhm.
normal human interaction. You
Yeah.
can make a fact. You can acknowledge someone is attractive. That's
Right.
not a problem. I'm just simply saying the start of what a real friendship starts off with.
Mhm.
What does that look like?
Mhm.
Because in that same situation, you put him in his place, and if he does it again, like what do you do from there? How can it truly be a friendship from that point on
yeah,
if he
that's-
does it beyond one time?
Yeah.
And have you had any male do it beyond one time, and then you
Mhm.
still consider them friends?
No. It
Okay.
has to stop. Now you-
But I
Okay.
think it goes back to, you know, what Jalissa said. Sometimes us as women categorize certain people as friends when they're really not our friends. They're acquaintances.
It's true.
Correct.
You know.
And I like
and-
that. Yeah.
And I think that, you know, we mix that up a lot. We just want to say, oh, that's my friend, when that's really not your friend. That's
Mhm.
your acquaintance.
No, it's true.
Acquaintance. And that's even in a male aspect or female aspect. We do that a lot as females. Not only that, understanding the difference between me calling you my friend and
Mhm.
you, I'm not being your friend.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Okay.
You may not see me as a friend, but I see you as a friend because of
Mhm.
what you bring to me in my life. So I'm like, okay, Kay is my friend.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But your relationship to me and my relationship to you in your eyes may not be that way.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I learned that with girlfriends too.
Mhm.
Like I would be like, you know, like Tiana is my ride or
Mhm.
die, but she may have another friend
Mhm.
that's her ride or die.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh.
It's
And
true.
I agree. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. With what I agree with what Kay said. I think it's like you either have. That's why I don't like this whole friend term.
Friend
Okay.
term, yeah.
It's just too broad. I think you either have family or you have acquaintances. I don't,
Yeah.
you know.
But I don't think it's too broad. I just think women always say, "Oh yeah, it's my friend." So it's not too broad.
We do-
Now,
it's true.
listen,
It's
if
true.
y'all
We
would have
do
been
do
saying
that.
what you and Jalissa saying, "Oh yeah, it's my acquaintance," we wouldn't be having this conversation.
But that's why I'm
But,
saying that the word
you know,
friend gets tricky because it's like I shouldn't have to. I don't have to break down which kind of friend or how we are friends. Just know we friends. But it's like a
No,
acquaintance
Auntie.
friend.
We got to know no acquaintance friend. It's an acquaintance, and this is a friend. You know, I mean, and to your point, Tawana, I don't think it's a problem of understanding and comprehending what level of friendship you have with a person. Because let's be honest, the friends that we do have, we consider them friends. To your point, certain friends will respond the way you want them to respond. So therefore, you're comfortable going to certain situations. But that doesn't mean that they're still not your friend. Meaning that if I talk to K in something very sensitive and he has an insensitive response, he didn't have the proper response. But if that was his genuine response and he meant well, he's still my friend. So you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I'm not saying. I think you misunderstood what I'm saying. I totally get that. I'm just saying, like, as far as who I value as a friend, you know, it's somebody that K can just be just so he don't realize that the things that he feeds into me is very impactful to me.
Gotcha.
But then he has somebody else that feeds into him that's very impactful to him. So he considers that person more of a friend, and he just see me because he could probably just continue to pour into me, and I don't pour into him the way he pours into me.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's what I mean by that.
Okay.
So, and I learned that with friendships. That's why I said, you know, with females, we have certain female friends that, like, I have a friend now that I've been friends with for years. We don't even talk on a regular basis. But if I'm down and out, I know I will call her for something, and she'll be right there for me with no problem. But then another friend that's like more closer, who I do talk on a regular basis, not saying that she's not my friend, but I probably won't ask her for something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's what I said.
You know,
Friends for
you know
different
what's
reasons.
crazy? You know when you first meet somebody, right? And I learned this from when I was younger. So I have older siblings, I have older family members, right? So if you know when you introduce somebody to the family of the opposite sex, what do you say?
Friend.
Oh, that's my friend.
I sure do.
Low key knowing.
I know what I don't
You know where this
Low
going?
key knowing that, like, yo, this is in pursuit of something.
Right.
But the family just looks at it. Oh, that's just
His friend.
his friend.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And vice versa. If you getting introduced to, if you're a female and you bring somebody to a party or a barbecue or something, oh, this is my friend such and such, right? It's my friend Jason, it's my friend Josh, whatever. And that the family is just looking at it at the moment as just a friend, but in anticipation of it being something more, right? So when we use that term a friend, it's in pursuance, or it's moving forward towards a relationship.
Right.
So when we say that men and women being friends, it's literally like almost impossible, because when you use that term, it's anticipating something more than friendship, because it's the opposite sex.
Yeah, no, I don't trust it.
You know?
Hold on. So you know that meme with that one dude? Got him. Based on what y'all just responded with. How do I even address that? Because 2K's point, family don't tell no lies. And like in that situation, if you come with the opposite sex, they got eyes.
Yeah.
They can see if the person's attractive. 2K's point, they're anticipating something more.
Right.
That's why auntie be like,
And then we be like, oh, that's his little friend.
Yeah.
You gotta put little.
No, that's true. Y'all right.
No,
Y'all
so
right.
I think we come into a very good conclusion here.
Okay.
So women, we can have friends. Y'all can't.
Right.
We can have friends. Y'all can't, because y'all get
Oh
too.
my God.
Y'all just can't handle it.
So I'm gonna rebuttal with
Y'all
this.
not ready.
Listen, we trust you. We don't trust the men.
That's exactly what I'm
Same
saying.
with-
That's exactly
And I'm
what
like, no, we don't trust y'all either.
No. That's the same with us. We
Y'all
don't
gotta-
trust.
y'all
We
gotta-
don't trust the
Trust is
women.
in my men.
Right.
I don't trust none of these
None of them.
Yeah.
chicks out here.
Exactly.
None of them.
Listen. I mean, like I said, I don't. Your definition of friendship is so broad.
Yeah.
I guess that's why I could get away with that. But for the record, though,
exactly.
like I'll be honest with you, like when you tell your man that that's a friend, we don't believe you.
100%.
I just want to let you know that 100%.
Yeah.
It's not a real thing.
Yeah.
In the back of our mind, we're always knowing that he's waiting for that opportunity
Yeah.
to get out of the friend zone that you put him in.
Right.
So he does friendly things.
Right.
And he's friendly,
Yeah.
but
there's
he's
a-
not an actual friend.
Right.
And when you allow him to get out that friend zone, more times than not, he's going to take advantage of that. So as men, we will never respect what your definition of friendship is.
Yeah.
Versus, to the point Twan said earlier on, y'all need to start saying acquaintances and keep it real.
Right.
But
That's why I
that's-
said we use friendship very loose. We use
Right.
that
term.
that
Yeah.
title
Mhm.
very loosely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We shouldn't.
No, because I was gonna say, with that thought, I was gonna say with that thought, that's why I feel like we can be friends with the male, because usually that's what you should ask your woman. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
usually she has a reason for being that guy's friend,
Mhm.
right? There's some kind of benefit in it for her, right?
Mm.
So,
Why you gotta be all like that?
No, because the truth coming out.
So no,
Mhm.
yeah, for real. So you gotta ask her like, so what is the reason why y'all are friends, right? And then when you said that y'all don't trust it because it could go too far because you don't trust him, but that's what we feel like we got you for. If it should go out of hand, that's what.
See,
If
the
it
thing
should
is-
get
the
out
thing
of
is- hold on,
control.
hold on.
That's what I got you
See,
here
what
for.
what it is that, remember, us as men, we're overseers, right? We
Mhm.
see things from a broad perspective,
Right.
right? So what you may not see today,
Mhm.
we see 6 months from now, a year from now.
Mm-hmm.
And we know as men, we are the predators. We are hunting our prey.
Right.
Women are our prey. So because you're the prey, you're going to be the one attacked on. So then you may not see a specific in detail
Mhm.
what's actually happening.
Mhm.
So us as men, we're like, okay, this person is in your life, like I said earlier, for
Mhm.
what purpose? Now,
Yeah.
when it comes to like, let's say if you knew the person prior to me, us being in a relationship,
Mhm.
right? If the other man, and this is how we detect it, we still don't trust it, but this is how we detect it.
Okay.
If the other man doesn't step back now that you're in a relationship,
Mhm. Mhm.
then he was never your friend. Because if
Okay.
he's your true friend, he would be like, you know what? You got a man now. I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna let you do your thing. You
Right.
holler at me when you can. You know what I'm saying?
That-
and then,
that's a
and then
big statement.
also, and then
That
also,
is- no, that's true.
Also-
that's a fact.
he'd be willing to want to meet your man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
actually build some type of connection
A
with him.
relationship.
Because
Yeah.
if he's important to you,
Yeah.
and you're important to your man, that means he should be important to him.
Absolutely.
Yo, that's
So
mad
Absolutely.
powerful.
you
That's
get what I'm
what
saying?
that is,
Like,
absolutely.
And if they're not
that's-
willing to do that,
Absolutely.
that's the filter right there.
No, listen. Like,
Party done.
all my homegirls know, like, whenever you get in a relationship, I tell them all, I'm falling back. I ain't gonna call you.
Mm.
Let me know what time to call you.
That's
If
a
it ain't
fact.
past 7 p.m.,
Right.
I'm gonna call you past 7
Mhm.
p.m.
Right.
Like,
got
I
some
had that
comments.
conversation. Go
We
ahead.
got some comments.
Mm.
So, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So let me go up. Okay. So Sean said, this is a woman.
Mhm.
Most people benefit from friendships. And then Marion said, my cousin, he said the word friend is overrated.
It's
Okay.
true.
Yeah.
Cousin, I need you to
Absolutely.
elaborate on that. I would love for you to kind
Yeah.
of chime in
Mhm.
on that.
I
And
wish
then
somebody would
Peyton-
come in on join.
Hey,
the
hey
Mm.
Kay, thanks for joining. And Peyton said, my two close male friends who I have been friends with for over 20 years happen to be gay. They are also friends with my husband, but sometimes he will ask me, P, you sure they gay?
Listen, let me finish.
He sometimes gets insecure and will question things. Okay?
Can I ask her a question?
Yes.
It's P, right?
Yes, Peyton. Yeah.
Peyton. So Peyton, how do you think your husband would feel if they were actually not gay? Do you think he would still allow the friendship?
Good.
No,
good one.
because honestly, and even that's a fake MO a lot of times.
Okay, you
like,
gotta let her answer
all right, I'm
questions.
sorry,
She knows her husband. Peyton, we'll give you time to
Yeah.
we'll give you time to respond to that one because that's actually a good question.
And I'll move on to some comments to a guy. I got Brian. He said, yeah, if you're looking for an open relationship. I got Mario. He says, I don't know about if that's true. There is generally some attraction mentally or otherwise. If not, you're only associating with ugly dummies. I like that one. I like that one. So he just said, yeah, they jump at the first opportunity. You know, she's referring to back before if you give them that opportunity to sleep with you. And she said, I agree. Once men are attracted to you, they can be very patient. Absolutely. And Chris said correct, but why play with fire to begin with, especially if you're in a relationship?
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's deep.
I
Yeah.
like your live over there jumping.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why
We
is
got something
somebody
to
not
talk about.
commenting in my live?
No,
We got
I'm
something to talk
not
about.
commenting mine.
They're not even saying nothing.
I got no comment.
Yeah.
And Mario also said he taking shots. So Mario, I'm gonna defriend you in a second. Talking about do all Lucarios have a one-track mind? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh God,
So
but
yeah.
mhm.
So
Did
we're
Peyton
we're
respond?
waiting for Peyton to
Okay.
respond
But
to that.
Okay.
Peyton, let me know if you needed to hear the question again.
I mean,
okay?
what I was gonna bring up in all seriousness though, because we are in finances
Mhm.
now for women, like is it a lot of times? And I feel I know the answer to this, so I'm not gonna put words in your mouth. But isn't a lot of friendships with y'all a lot of not all the time, but a lot of financial reasons? Because I feel like women, y'all can call on a dude to borrow $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800, whatever the case is, and it's like, yeah, he's my friend because he supported me when I needed it. AK gave me some money. You know what I mean? And I mean, I don't know. I just always hear stories like,
I'll be the first to
you know, I got a
answer
guy
that.
that take me out to dinner all the time. He always give me nice little dinner dates and all that type of stuff. Take me out for drinks. I got to do for drinks. So if I need to borrow money,
That's what I
I'm
said.
just saying.
For different reasons.
But dudes, though, you ain't hearing no man talking about, yo, I called her about to ask her about $1,000. Let me ask Kay, have you ever called any of your female quote-on friends and felt comfortable like, yo, let me borrow
That's because
$1,000?
y'all men and y'all ego. Y'all ain't
Nah,
gonna do
no,
that.
nah, nah,
Even if
nah,
y'all,
I'm gonna be honest.
even if y'all had a female that y'all know y'all could borrow $1,000 from, is y'all really gonna do it? Like,
If she's my friend, yes, absolutely. There's no shame in my game. If she's my true friend, absolutely. Yo, I need to hold this grand real quick. I'm struggling right now with no problem.
with a woman,
Right, I got
No
you.
and you got a
problem.
girlfriend.
No problem.
I got you.
No problem. No
No, I mean,
problem.
I know as a female, but I'm wondering
If
what
she's
men.
my
I'll put
true
it
friend,
to you like this.
that's why I'm not
That's
claiming to
not
have a whole
that's
bunch
not
of
the
female
plan.
friends.
But if I was down and out, and I got
Okay,
a
and
homegirl who
Mm.
would loan it to me, or a family, like I said, I take it. I take it.
Absolutely.
with that.
There you go.
What's the matter
because
with it?
I know I'm gonna pay it back. It's just
Yeah.
for the time being.
Yeah.
When it comes to men loaning women money, right? Everything in life comes at a cost.
Oh
So-
God! Stop it.
No,
y'all.
one.
Stop.
Go ahead, I'm
So
listening.
you may. Here's what I'm
Stop.
trying to say. You may never have to pay that bill, but there is a bill. You get what I'm
Oh,
saying? There's a bill.
Where
There's
they
a
getting
bill.
this from?
There's a bill.
It's a hold on, rephrase that. It's a tab.
Yes,
That's
it's a
bill,
tab. Yes,
no.
100%.
Is that tab at that bar?
No,
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
because you know
You guys are crazy.
it's like I said, because of how we're wired, how we think.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think completely different. Rightfully
Yeah.
so. It is what it is. But just know that man, and that's why if you ever take money from a man, a friend, and you have a man, your man is gonna go ballistic.
Well, first
Absolutely.
of all, that's a no. For me,
No,
that's a
that would be a
no.
no-no.
I would
Listen to
never
what
do
I'm saying.
that.
But
I would
there's-
never do
there's-
that.
I'm not. You guys may not, but there's women who do that. And the reason why I brought that up is because even your so-called male friend, right? Once he gives you money, right? First of all, he's already not looking at you as a friend, just so you know. But once he gives you money now it's like, you know, it's more than that in his brain. Just so you know, even if it's not in y'all's, because you got to understand we think differently, we're wired different. So when you take that on, and it's the same thing for us on the opposite side. So if us as a man, if I ask the woman for money, she be like, damn, you can't hold your own. She's
No, but
gonna-
do you feel like do you feel like you owe her something because you took something from her?
100%. Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
other than the money you borrowed her?
No.
What?
I don't owe. No, I just gotta pay back her money. But like I said, we gotta realize, like I said, we're wired different.
Mm.
So when
We got some comments.
when the
coming
man, I'm gonna conclude. So when the man gives you guys money,
Mhm.
right? Like I said, there is an imaginary tab there, and he's keeping note.
Somebody else
So,
said that
no.
there's a hidden contract.
Oh,
They
okay.
said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
When does the tab get too high?
Well, there's never a price on it, but you know when the tab gets paid.
When?
You're vulnerable. and you're
There you
sitting
go.
there, and
There you go.
you're going through something, and you call on that person to have a nice conversation, and you have a nice glass of Moscato.
And you say time
and
to
it's on
cash
sale.
in.
Yes, it's time to cash in.
Absolutely.
Oh,
And that's how I'm telling you.
Okay,
Hey.
so let's go back a little bit.
All right.
And I don't remember if it's Rod or you that said it about the men and having a being able to borrow money from the man, and what are you getting? Having him as that friend because you're benefiting by borrowing from that man, and what is he getting back from you? Or vice versa. It's not just about the money. I can honestly say that the friend that I have, like, he put me on to stuff. It's not just I don't keep that relationship with him just because I know I can borrow money if I need it, right?
Okay, got you.
This man has connected me to a financial advisor. He has put me on when I first started getting into the entrepreneurship. You know, he kind of like put me onto some game. So I'm like, okay, the value from him as just helping me out that way is why I keep the relationship open. And not only that, he has some endeavors that I check up on him on, like he's buying property and stuff. I'm like, how's it going? He lets me know if he come up with some hiccups and stuff like that. Like it's a even though, like you said, he may think it might be something in the future, but he never gives me that. I never get that from him.
100%.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
Continue.
You can have that type of relationship. Now, I will say, once I get into a relationship with a man, no, absolutely not. That's disrespectful to my man and my future husband. I will never ask that friend for any money. Absolutely not. That's disrespectful. I would never do that. I wanted to say something else, but I lost my train of thought. But the comments. So let's go back to some of the questions. So the question that you asked Peyton, Tiana, her response is no, he would have a problem, a big problem, because I would if the shoe were on the other foot. He will sometimes get bent if a male co-worker texts me. I have explained to him it's only work related, and sometimes we have to text. So again, that open communication, we talked about that, you know, before. That open communication. Cola J K says that she believed that you can. My cousin Marion, he elaborated on his comment about using the word friend. He says the word friend is a word people used to do or get more than just being a friend, and in some cases betrayal. Tracy said, "Hey, my toxic family, I miss y'all so much." Legacy building.
What up, Tracy? What's going on?
Hey, Tracy.
So Sean said she would never tell him. LOL. I'm guessing she's talking about the questions about, you know, letting your partner know if you borrow money.
Oh my God. She said she would never tell him.
Kay said if he, in colons, my man don't have it and the need is there, why not? So she's talking about the question of borrowing if she's in a relationship and they need it together. Cola J says
Okay,
Cola
J, tell your man.
I got this one. Cola J, what I need you to do is go watch Soul Food. We all remember that scene in Soul Food when dude was sitting down and whatever her name was got him the job, and she ain't tell him she got him the job, and he was like, Cola, yo, you know, he said, who Cola? He said, oh yeah, that's just something I caught her because her little shaped body licking his lips, and he beat him down because of that very reason. Like,
but she was trying to help him.
She was trying to help him, but go back to Kay's earlier point. Is that's why it's truly not a friendship, because if you depend on another man while you have a man to provide for you, at the end of the day, that's the highest level of disrespect. Bottom line.
I agree, but however, I feel like,
and I'm not talking about solutions though. I mean, if someone else, that's different, but actual like.
Yeah, no, that's disrespect, especially if you know that this man is trying to come on to you and then you would still ask him for a favor.
That's wrong.
It's not right. It's not right.
No,
it's
absolutely
not. It's not ethical at all. I think it's not right. However, I do feel like it's kind of what we were talking about earlier when I said that it's important that collaboration is important sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes it's important to network with people outside of your gender. Like you might have somebody else just like us. Like look at this dynamic right here that we have. Yeah. You know, we are friends on a networking level, on a business level, that we're able to connect with each other.
I agree.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like our partners know about each other. There's like you can have mutual.
Well, remember, Tia, I guess you wasn't paying attention. We said that's fine to start off with business. We business partners, so we good in that angle. So you absolutely right.
Yeah, and some men may still have a problem with that. Like,
I mean, they can and they will because it's human nature. But I mean, at that point, it's just consistency of showing that you're not crossing boundaries in those situations. If you're not crossing boundaries, then it's somebody's always going to feel some type of way.
Right.
But they'll still respect it because as long as you're not crossing those boundaries.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with interacting with the opposite sex. You're supposed to. Sex sells. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just a matter of just stop labeling guys as friends
For sure.
and just be upfront
Yeah.
and label them as acquaintances, and men will respect y'all more in that sense when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Because as soon as y'all say friends, it's like wah.
Yeah, but to
Like,
Cola's point, it's like even if you're in a relationship
Mm.
and you need something from somebody else and it happens to be the opposite sex, as long as it's like a business transaction,
Yeah.
something you plan
Yep.
to pay back, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
And she said
No, that's
that
fine.
she said I wouldn't go to my ex. That's disrespectful. But if this is my friend, why not help
Right.
us?
Right,
Mhm.
Why
right,
not help us?
right.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I think there's no problem with another male providing a potential solution for the opposite sex, and if it's a dire need situation, that will override the situation.
Mhm.
But if we're being honest, and I'm just talking from not all men, generally speaking, we don't really trust you enough to know when is that time to make that decision and comprehend when is it required. You know what I mean? And that's
And I
the
get
truth.
that because you know, Kay said something that I never really thought about, and it made me think about my ex too. You know, because I've always been the type like I can be naive.
Yeah.
And things will go over my head, and
Mhm.
I remember him specifically
Mhm.
saying like, "Listen, yo, I'm your protector."
Yeah.
So
That's
I
right.
see. He will always see
Mm-hmm.
behind, but read between the lines of
Yeah,
what's in my.
well,
He'll tell
absolutely.
me, and he'll be like, you know, like Tawana, that person is,
Yeah.
you know, So you saying that,
Mhm.
you get what a man is thinking. I understand it. Like you said, y'all praise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you already know what the man is thinking. So
Yeah.
I can understand that from a male's
Yeah.
perspective.
That's what I'm saying.
I can
It's-
understand it.
yeah.
And like you said, well, sometimes we could be naive.
Yeah,
We
Yeah.
thinking they
for
are
real,
friends.
you're right.
A lot of
My
times,
husband
not
said that.
sometimes. But
My
yeah,
husband
yeah.
said that.
Sometimes.
Yeah, he
But
said
then
that.
you have some women who are street smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel like I am. But my husband be like, no.
Yes.
And I'd be like,
Oh,
what?
yeah.
I already knew.
Like, you know what I mean? But no,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
good point. Like I said, it's okay to provide solutions to the opposite sex. It's not a problem. You know, again, it's just really deciphering, you being able to decipher if, you know, that's the proper time or proper situation. Because you only get maybe 1 or 2 times in the life cycle of that friendship of the opposite sex. That's about it. You don't get 3 or 4 more chances to act in those situations. It's like a hall pass. Like you get 1 or 2 in those situations. That's it. And so, like, it can't be a situation where I run into another dude to come up with, you know, for those situations often. Like if it's happening too much, it's not a good sign. And again, it just starts off from the negative from the beginning when you associate men as friends when we know they're not friends. Y'all reach a lot further if it's like, okay, this is just my acquaintance, honestly, you know what I mean, and XYZ. Our guard won't be down, but we know that you actually acknowledge that. And what kills us as men is that a lot of women don't acknowledge that part, like that he's really not your friend, and y'all hold on to it.
Right.
And then to your point, if something does happen behind closed doors, y'all hold on to secret. And then the truth is, when you hold on to that secret, when he violate, and y'all stop being friends with him, guess what, ladies? We know he violated, and that's why you're not talking to him. So it gets us even more tight. Like, you know what I mean?
All right, ladies. So the conclusion here is we are no longer going to use the word friend.
Right.
That part. We need to take
He's
that
not my
word out of
friend.
our
He's my business
vocabulary.
partner. He's my
Exactly.
acquaintance.
Acquaintance. Yes.
He's my what would you say? A bank sometimes if you would need to borrow.
We still ain't gonna believe you, but at least we give you a little bit more respect. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
gosh. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
So that's the code. That's see. Definitely come back here and tune in with us
Okay.
next week.
Wait,
No, we got some more
let's
comments.
get
We
this
got some more
last,
comments,
but
yeah.
let me get this last question in because Cola came in and said, okay, if a female friend that you know like you, would you allow her to buy you lunch or dinner? Thank you, Cola, because
That's
they
a
be
good
getting
one.
on us
If
women.
you're not attracted
Thank
to
you.
her.
Listen,
They be
hold
getting
on.
on us
If you're not
women, so
attracted
let's
to
bring
her,
it back to the
Hold
men.
on,
And
hold
we know
on.
we gotta wrap this
Hold
up.
on, you want to know why? Well, I'm not gonna let her buy me dinner, but you know the
Or
difference
lunch.
is we
Or breakfast.
acknowledged that she was never our friend. For men, we can acknowledge that she was an acquaintance, so therefore that's fine.
Even if that's the
Now-
case, but would you allow it?
No, because as a man, you don't want to put yourself in funny situations.
Correct.
And as men, we know.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I would never go out with a friend for dinner, but in that particular situation, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to go in the daytime and I ain't drinking nothing and we having a simple meal
And
and
you
we splitting the
and
bill.
you're gonna tell your girl or your wife that you going on that breakfast meeting or lunch meeting.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna be in the doghouse for a minute. I'm in the doghouse for a minute.
No.
I'm gonna be in the doghouse for a minute, but I'm gonna say it because first off, let's be real here. It's 2024. You can't even lie no more. If we being honest, hey, phones is tracked, social media is pinging you, so like you got to be extra MacGyver. And men, we simple. We don't got time to. We can't even. It's too much for us to do all that work.
Y'all
So like, y'all different story though. Y'all different story.
Women, y'all can post up all.
Yeah, it's too much for my brain.
Too complicated.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Y'all knows everything though. You normally come in at 8:55.
Yeah.
You came in at 9:06, and it's like we got stuck right there. We might have just stopped at the gas station real quick. But we like, yo, I don't know. I stopped at the gas station. Well, why'd you stop? I don't know. I just stopped. Oh God! But yeah, back to the comments before we go. I see here Mario said, so do you loan the money to secure your spot on the tab? As men, yes, absolutely. That's what they do.
What he said?
He said, do y'all loan the money to secure your spot on the tab? A lot of men do.
Wow.
Absolutely. Thank you,
That's
Mario.
funny.
Chris said male or female. That's always a hidden contract. Absolutely. Brian said a woman will pay back in meat. No question. Ask if there's no other option. Sid. Let me stop. All right, Sin. Men don't ask for money; they ask for other things. Let's get into that for real. Absolutely. Again, if she dropped those pennies, to being honest, like that's what men ask for. We just have sneaky ways of doing it. A little touch on the back, you know what I mean? A little sweet talk. She's ain't lying. Penny, shout out to Penny. This happened to me, Kayleen. A man at my old address gave me money just because he wanted to. I wasn't at home. Carlos answered the door and took the envelope. I thought it was nice because he's an old man. Carlos was pissed. He made me get the money back. Shout out to Carlos.
Shout out to Carlos.
I like Carlos.
Thank you for sharing out to Penny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. I know that's right.
And then Brian said, no, you're wrong. Men with no ego will ask for money depending on the career the female has and the income she makes. Yeah, if she's making 80 grand, I got no problems asking for 6,000. I agree, Brian. Absolutely. Rosa said, yes, there's some men who want money, but 9 out of 10 want something else. Yeah, see what I'm talking about? But anyway,
I mean, that's a lot of male feedback.
No, that's a woman in there. What y'all talking about?
No. I'm saying, but some of the comments prior was it's a lot. You have more men, so I have more females commenting on mine. Yeah.
Also, Brian said they don't use friends; they use bestie. We didn't even talk about that, but we're gonna do that one.
We gonna.
Y'all stay on that bestie wave. Like, get out of here with that bestie. Like, yo, that's the bestie. Yeah, all right. But that's Rosa said that's lies, and then Mario said bigger question: why are y'all dating scrubs? Who can support y'all? It's 2024. You ain't lying, Mario. You ain't lying. If you're not living within your means, then find someone who can help you, not put you in a position to borrow from another man or woman. Woo! Dropping bars. That's my comments, though. Go ahead.
That's a real point.
Mm-hmm. If his wife girlfriend is told she will only be okay with the lunch dinner if we don't see her as a threat, aka ugly.
Oh, so
that's
I
a
can
real one right there.
So hold on, so I can go to Chipotle with a gremlin. But if she looking fly, she looking good, it's a no.
She lying. She knows she lying.
Come on.
Wait, look at it. You like her butt though. That's what she gonna say.
It gotta be some kind of that's what I was
gonna say. Something.
It could be something. So I was gonna. That's a question. It's kind of like off topic, but I was gonna ask. So say like because you remember how you said some women you just not attracted to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So say if you happen to be cool with this person that you're not really attracted with, and it just so happens that y'all in a situation where one thing leads to the next, and now y'all don't cross over.
Okay.
Do you keep her in the friend zone
because
you really wasn't attracted and things just went too far, or do you continue to keep going with it?
I love that one because we never brought that aspect up in this real aspect. You know what I mean? And it's slippery territory. No pun intended. But now the truth be told though, for men, a lot of men, if we are the main objective is to sleep with you. Right. So the truth is though, deep down, if we do end up sleeping with you and we get that out the way, as messed up as it sounds, she can truly be a friend because for men, 100%. Once a woman sleeps with you, like you get her 100% her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the truth. We ain't
That's a real
lying.
thing.
We
That's
ain't
a real
lying.
thing.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
that's
but
a real
listen,
thing.
it's a real thing, and the truth is, that's the other way that I did not bring up that you can be friends, because it can be when we slept with, and like it's like, yo, it didn't work, and we cool, like you know what I mean, and it could be a real friendship because we've gotten that out the way.
Okay.
That's a real thing.
So
That
once
is a
y'all
real
make the
thing.
attack, like we could be friends now.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we
because
come
we got
back.
we could be real
past
friends
that.
now.
Yeah, we
well,
went past
absolutely.
that. Absolutely.
Genuinely.
Oh my
Absolutely.
This is blowing my mind.
It is blowing my mind too.
Wait, time out though. Like, what are you talking about? Like, yo, we shared a thing, the highest level of intimacy.
Yep.
And we realized that, yo, this is not my people's. We not meant for each other sexually. There's nothing else to prove
No,
at that
but
point.
she doesn't feel like that. You
What
the
it-
one that
yeah,
don't have attraction
you-
to
Yeah,
her.
but
She's
both
just-
still parties have to agree. If we're gonna be together, we both gotta agree. One can't not agree, and the other one can't agree. Well, actually, we got that part. That's another time for another day, though. And it is one-sided relationship out
How's
there.
it messed up though?
How is it messed
because
up?
you took it, you crossed the line, and now she's expecting to
But hold
in
on.
and out.
Let's keep it mad primitive. Like
You
when
wanna
it comes
be
to
friends?
when it comes to animals and lions mates with a female, it's whoever get pregnant they staying with. The other female they jump in real quick and they move on.
So yeah, we gotta end
This is
it.
crazy.
I'm just
We
saying.
need a part
Any,
two
Yeah,
of
we
this.
need a part
any
two.
last comments before we get out of here?
Yeah.
No, nobody commented
Y'all
on mine. Thanks a lot, guys, for not
Yeah.
commenting.
Oh my
Thanks.
God.
Because I invited brothers, cousins. Do better. Do better.
Oh my god.
Any upcoming events, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh yeah. So we
Yeah,
have
so-
go ahead, T.
No, Kay, because his is
All right,
next.
so yes, so this Wednesday, I know today's the last day for Life Insurance Awareness Month. However, your life matters, our life matters. That means that we're having a life insurance webinar this Wednesday, October 2nd, 7 p.m. We're gonna send a Zoom link out, and it's on the flyer as well. So make sure you look out for that at 7 p.m. Eastern time, the live webinar Life Insurance. Also October 19th?
19.
October 19th, we're having our real mixer here at the real office. It's going to be, food, drinks, prize giveaways. It's going to be our financing fund at the real office. It's going down. So it's going to be legacy building. It's going to be collaborating with the culture team. So make sure you guys come out, anything under the umbrella of finance, we're going to be talking about. So make sure you guys come through and have a good time. Any other events that we have coming up?
We'll just elaborate on that event. If anybody's looking to become a realtor, anybody's looking to join the team to become a credit consultant, anybody that's looking to anything finance, like Kay said, trying to buy a house, you don't know how to buy a house, we help you with your credit, get your proof of loans, teach you about programs. So essentially every single thing you need financially, we're there for you for that event. Also, we just I put in my chat, in your chat, the website, www.legacybuilders.com. Please check us out. We in finances, so please go ahead and check us out and go to the website and see if you need any of our services. We do a 30-minute consultation. So if anything, you're only going to waste our time for free to see
part.
how we can help you out. So at minimum, if you need anything, again, just reach out to us, book an appointment, but go to the website, definitely. But yeah, again, October 19th is the next event. Subscribe to our YouTube page. We're all going to put in our YouTube information. So we need your support. Subscribe to our YouTube page and continue to follow us.
Yes.
And every Monday we're jumping on. So we appreciate the comments. Keep
Yes.
coming. Tell everybody, share, comment, and feel free to open up. That's all I got.
Right. So tune in next Monday. And if you guys have any topics that you think we should be talking about, send us a message, drop it in the chat. Check us out on all our platforms individually. And let us know. We just want to come together, get the male and female perspective, and go from there.
Yeah, and then also join our Facebook group and our Instagram group. We have our pages, so join us. We'll put it in the chat so you can join our groups, and we'll reach out to you directly too. We're not just gonna wait on you.
Yes, definitely.
But if you want to join, go ahead. We'll put the information in the chat. And again, like Tawana said, give us all the feedback. What's good, what's bad, what you didn't like. Comment on the post, even if you're seeing this on the replay. Go ahead and make a comment. We'll add to it and just give us your feedback. We definitely want to get better and keep this thing going.
All right.
Right.
Peace, guys. Much
Y'all
love.
have a good night.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Scroll down.
How do you end it? Right?
That big giant red button in front of you? Yes.
That's
yes,
what I
yes,
touched.
sir.
I already hit that. I don't know what's going on. That shit is still cold.
Scroll down.
Right there. That
Tired of sweeping, scrubbing, and mopping floors. Looking at my check, shaking my head like and shit's waiting tables and shit's waiting tables and shit. Why the heck I'm still waiting tables and waiting